Hi everyone, welcome to our first video log. Today we're going to talk to you about safety gear. We found that on the road we've had a number of people inbox or ask us about the equipment that we carry, so we thought we'd put this together and hopefully it can help some of you out there. We're not going to cover an exhaustive list of gear, but you might get some ideas about things that you might like to carry on your upcoming trip or add to your current trip list. Firstly, I wanted to show you what we keep in the back of the car to store our equipment. We got these fantastic boxes from Bunnings. As you can see, the back of our car isn't fitted out with drawers, but we use these instead, and we're able to clearly identify what is kept in here for any bystanders that may come by in a situation of an emergency, and hopefully they'd be able to find those and give us a hand. You could go a little bit further than this by adding the stickers, the first aid and the fire extinguisher sticker to the outside of your car or the back of the boxes. Alright, come over and we'll go through some of our gear. So it's really important while you're on the road to have communication with the outside world, mainly for your own safety. So the first thing I wanted to mention was a UHF. We got this one from BCF. It's portable, so it can also come with us when we are hiking, but otherwise it stays in the front of our car. We do have an aerial fitted, and most of the time we're on channel 40 just to keep up with road conditions, but if we're in a convoy we switch to channel 18. So really useful tool. It is about safety, and I would urge other RVers to get one of these. The next thing is our satellite phone. Our satellite phone has proved invaluable. It's helped us out of a few situations, and it's also a little bit of peace of mind, particularly if we're out hiking or we're in a remote place, a free camp perhaps, where there's nobody around and no Telstra reception. So we carry the Thuraya XT Lite phone that we have through Pivotel. It's $15 a month, and we don't have a contract with them. We pay for any additional calls or texts that we use, but we found that plan really suitable, and it's a great phone. It's under $800, so really worth the investment. As I mentioned, we do carry a Telstra phone. I would recommend, if you're going around Australia, that Telstra would be your carrier. We do also have a Vodafone mobile that we haven't found has had the equivalent coverage, so that would be our recommendation. In the front of our car we have one of these mounted. This is an EPIRB, or an emergency beacon. This one has GPS. So with the ones with GPS, there's two types of emergency beacons, some with or some without GPS. The ones with GPS can help you be located to within 100 metres of where you release that beacon. So these are $350 from BCF, very, very cheap, and I would suggest that if you're not carrying a satellite phone, this is an absolute must to keep you safe on the road. We keep it in the front of the car in the event of a rollover. If we weren't able to get out of the car to call down for other help, we hopefully would be able to reach hold of this and release it. So I highly recommend the emergency beacons. In the back of the car, we carry a brand new fire extinguisher. Always check that these are working, and always check that everybody knows how to use them. Same with all of your emergency equipment, and that includes kids. It's really important to run them through their safety drills as well, so they know in an emergency how to release the beacon, how to use the satellite phone, or even how to use a fire extinguisher. So we carry this one in the boot of the car. We also carry a fire extinguisher in the caravan, as well as a smoke detector, but we've also added a fire blanket and a carbon monoxide detector as well, and perhaps you might consider adding those things to your RV if it doesn't have them. We carry two emergency triangles just in the event of a breakdown or an accident. If we needed to alert other drivers around on the road, we can put these out, and hopefully, particularly if it was dark or if it was on a nasty bend, we could put these out and hopefully let people know. And very trendy, two high-vis vests for the same reason. We also have found this handy. We've got a particularly long caravan. When in some parks, if our drawbar is close to the road, we just wrap this around the front of the drawbar, and that makes sure that we can be seen as well. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about is first aid kits. Our first aid kit stays in the back of the car as well. We opted for a St. John's first aid kit. I would suggest that you know, one of these type of reputable organisations for a first aid kit is the way to go. This is a basic first aid kit. If you were going more off the track to where we are going, say you're doing the Tanami, Oodnadatta, right out back, Birdsville way, this is not going to be sufficient. You would need to get a much more comprehensive first aid kit, or we would. We've added a few extra bits and pieces to our first aid kit. We carry a couple of snake kits, and these are always with us in our backpacks as well. Basically, it's a snake bite bandage, and the instructions are on there of what to do in the event of a snake bite. So get your hands on some of those. We've also added burn aid. A basic first aid kit will come with a very small amount, but if there was a nasty burn, you would need some more. So grab some of that. And the other thing would be stingos. So we know that there's lots of stingers in and out of the water around Australia. This is needed, so grab some of that. And again, it's something that stays in the hiking backpacks as well as in the car. It seems like an obvious one, sunscreen, but really if you're in a place where, you know, you broke down, you didn't have a hat, whatever the situation may be, protecting your skin from the sun is a basic safety need. So grab some really good sunscreen. This is the one that we've been using from Coles. Yes, it's got nasties in it, but we've never been burnt with it, and we just find it's fantastic. Unfortunately, it's a bit dearer than it used to be, but it goes on really easy with the kids and we like it. And of course the insect repellent. We've been using the locals for about the last 2 years. We opt for the cream and the spray. It doesn't matter, we just grab our hands on it whenever we can because it's not all that available around the country. However, you can order it online, but we found this one doesn't have any nasties in it. It's DEET free, and we found it's fantastic. It works very effectively. Last but not least, seems like a really obvious one, but even we've been caught a couple of times where we've been away from the RV and haven't had enough water in drink bottles. So our recommendation would be to grab yourself a jerry can or a large container and keep it in your car while you're on the road, just in the event if you ended up somewhere where you didn't have enough water. It always comes in handy. So that's basically what we carry. It's not an extensive list. There's certainly more, and we just hope that it gives you some ideas and gets you thinking a little bit about safety. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a share, and don't forget to follow Galway's Go Round on Facebook, Instagram, or of course our YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. This is our 30th video, so there's lots more to see on our YouTube channel and our blog, www.galwaysgoround.com.au. Thanks. If you've got any ideas for more vlogs, please send us a message, and we'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks, guys.